Hello, noble ones. Welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking, and today we have a language tutorial, and this was actually a request video. So let's learn how to pronounce properly these two prayers in Latin. Of course, I am going to use ecclesiastical Latin because that was the request, but if you're interested I can also make a specific video with classical Latin pronunciation. But for today, ecclesiastical Latin. A couple of things I would like to say before I start teaching you and reading is that, first of all, ecclesiastical Latin is a lot closer to Italian. So if you have an overall understanding of Italian and the pronunciation of Italian, it should not be too difficult for you to pick up. Now, if some of you are Anglophones, then I would say you need to be careful and pay attention to two very important things. The first one, vowels. Pay a lot of attention to the vowels, the way I pronounce them, trying to repeat them, because some of the vowels that we use in Italian and in Latin in this case will be quite different from your mother tongue vowels, so you will need to modify these. Secondly, if possible, if you can, you should roll your R when speaking Latin. So you should be able to produce the sound R, R, R. If you can't do it, if you can't roll your R, for now just pronounce it with an Anglophone R, so R, but it needs to be fully pronounced all the time. But if you can, it would be better to roll it R. I will make a video tutorial on how to roll your R, which will be very specific, very technical, so we will get there. Now, a problem that some people have when they don't roll their R's in their mother tongue is that when they can do it, they do it too much, they do it too strongly. This is a concept called overcompensation. So please keep in mind that if you find one R, both in Italian and in Latin, it should be pronounced as R, R. A short sound. If you find two R's, it should be stronger. Pronouncing it, over-pronouncing it, rrr, something like this, will give you an accent, a foreign accent. Now, the first time I will read the prayers in full speed. It might be difficult to pick up each single word, but please use the first time as an example of what you want to achieve as your goal, and also focus on the intonation. Then I will read it very slowly, breaking each single word so you can actually repeat them, and once you find yourself, you feel that you're confident with the pronunciation of each single word, you should go back to the full speed reading and use that one to mimic intonation. Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris. Et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen. Pater, 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 noster, noster, cui, es, in, celis, sanctificetur, nomen tuum, adveniat, regnum, gnum, tuum, fiat, voluntas, tua, sicut, in cielo, et in terra, terra, panem, panem, nostrum, nostrum, trum, quotidianum, quotidianum, da nobis, nobis, odie, odie, et dimitte, 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 nobis debita, 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 nostra, 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 sicut et nos, dimittimus, dimittimus, debitoribus, 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 nostris, nostris, et ne nos inducas, inducas, in tentationem, tentationem, tionem, sed libera, libera, nos a malo. Amen. Ave, Ave Maria, gratia, gratia, plena, plena, Dominus, Dominus, tecum, tecum, benedicta, benedicta, cta, tu in mulieribus, 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 et benedictus, benedictus, ctus, fructus, fructus, ventris, 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 tui, Iesus, Iesus, Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis, ora pro nobis, peccatoribus, 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 nunc et, nunc et in hora, nunc et in hora, nunc et in hora, mortis, mortis, rtis, mortis, nostre, Amen. I imagine you will have noticed that the H is never pronounced in ecclesiastical Latin, and I wish to say this again because I noticed that quite a few people were debating in some forums on whether the H should be pronounced only when it's in the middle of the word or at the beginning of the word. It's never ever pronounced because it's just like Italian, and in Italian the H, we call it the mute letter. In classical Latin it would be pronounced, but not in ecclesiastical. I hope that this helped. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, the Metatron has spread his wings. Valete.